Warning, the show you're about to hear contains strong sexual adult content, situations, and other material you may find offensive. If you are under 18 or easily offended, please leave now. For everyone else, please stay tuned for Real Talk Lifestyle.
Hi, welcome to Real Talk. We're your hosts.
I'm Rob.
And I'm Sarah. Please join us as we discuss the swinging lifestyle.
Hello and welcome back to Real Talk Lifestyle. We want to say hi to all you naughty lifestyle people out there. I am Rob and I am joined with Miss Sarah.
Good evening, guys.
And I am loving the black dress.
Do you like to fuck me, Pumps?
I do. I love everything you wear.
Right.
We want to thank SLS for tuning in as well. We're going to go ahead and give the phone number. That way, if anybody would like to call in and ask a question, we'll get you on the air. The phone number is 531-210-7285, and you can also log on and live chat with us, and we can chat back and forth with you guys and all that good stuff. So before we get into tonight's episode and I tell you what it is, Sarah has a news story that she is going to read. Do you need your...
I do. I didn't... I mean, I got the general gist of it. Sorry, guys. Oh, wait, wrong one.
Wrong one?
Oh, wait, no.
Oh, way to be prepared.
No, I know. I'm sorry. There was I was looking through the news stories because I haven't done one in a while, and there was a Florida man who was charged with an obscenity charge for he had a bumper sticker that says "I eat ass." So he was pulled over and he was asked to remove the sticker because the deputy who pulled him over thought it was obscene, and he actually got arrested for the bumper sticker because he refused to take off a certain part of it. The deputy wanted him to take off one of the S's so it would be cleaner, and he said no, he's not going to do that.
Well, I don't blame him, because then it would say I eat as.
As, yeah.
That only makes sense.
No, but I just thought it was another way of, the government kind of taking over, telling you what you can and can't do. And actually, he's fighting it because he's fighting as the freedom of speech amendment. So really, they had no cause to arrest him for something like that. I mean,
it's another form of censorship.
Yeah. So yeah, and I just thought, like in our lifestyle, people are trying to do that to us, and then I just thought it went along with, what we're all about. So
what are you about?
I'm about people like letting them do what they want to do with without having somebody tell them that whatever they're doing is not wrong.
That was a joke.
Oh, sorry, honey. You have weird systems.
Oh, I got a text message. Look at that. Go ahead. You can keep talking.
Like I said, I just I thought for them to do that, it was kind of messed up because it was he really put it up there as a joke. It was like a joke between him and his friends, but the fact that they just didn't like it meant that he couldn't have it, and I just thought that was wrong. So
yeah, well, good for him. I'm glad he's fighting it.
Yes.
A lot more people out there in today's society need to be fighting for the First Amendment rights, free speech, and everything else that goes on.
Right.
And everybody's got the same and ultimate goal. We're fighting to be free. It seems like every century people are fighting for different causes and things like that. So, getting on with tonight's topic, we are going to discuss that we titled it "Coming Out as a Swinger, Should You or Shouldn't You?" And then we have a question that we're going to delve into, and it's a pretty hard-hitting topic.
Right.
On the question.
Right.
We did look at it earlier, and we had to do some research on it because I wanted to make sure that we kind of had an idea of what was going on and things like that. So, but we want to talk about, if couples or singles, you got to quit kicking that table.
I'm not.
Well, it was making a weird noise there.
That's my shoes.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So we want to make sure that, if you decide to come out to your friends, your family, or anybody else, because there are a lot of people that are openly out in the lifestyle. Just
We have a lot of friends that
we're swingers. Everybody knows about it. We have nothing to hide. Then you have other people that, there's still a stigmatism that what you're doing, it's bad, it's wrong. People just don't understand the types of questions that you're going to get if you decide to come out, things like that. So we want to talk about all kinds of things like that. Some people are scared to come out because of jobs, things like that. So, I mean, there's a lot of different things.
Whereas I think a lot of them don't want to come out, even to family or friends, because of a judgment.
Right.
They feel that their family's going to judge them and think they're weird or what's wrong with you, why.
But then you just have people out there in general that they just don't care, hey, this is my life, I'm an adult, I'm going to do what I want, I have no reason to hide. I know on our Twitter page, I had put up today that we were going to be doing this topic, and we got a couple comments on there that said something to the fact, and I don't have it up again, and I didn't have time to re-look, but it said something to the fact people aren't going to come out because of fear of, losing their jobs and things. And we get that. We're not telling everybody, hey, you should come out. And
tell your friends. We're not telling you to do that if you're not comfortable doing that.
And again, this is a personal choice if people decide they want to come out and do that. I know for us, we are out. All our kids are over the age of 19, and they know that.
I think we just recently came out and told them.
They've known.
They've known, but we never confirmed it. They knew that we, ran a club, but they didn't really want to kind of delve into any of the details, which is fine. We told our children, and I think they were kind of weirded out about it, but at the same time, they were like, it might not be my cup of tea or my thing.
What did she say? Something about shitting on your parade. She goes, I don't care what you do. It's, you're an adult. It's not my cup of tea, but I'm not going to shit on your parade.
Yeah. But and actually when we told them, they're like, we already knew.
Yeah.
We had an inkling of it, but we just they just really didn't want to know the details. So that, I think they already knew.
And we're pretty open with our kids. Like I said, they're all over the age of 19 and
they're all adults.
They're all moved out.
Right.
And so we decided, okay, here it is. This is what we do. You already I knew they already knew.
I actually.
But they were fine with it, and they're just like, whatever.
We just don't want to know any details.
I wanted to tell them, hey, if you guys were to come to us and say, hey, I'm interested in this, we're supportive of it. You can pretty much do whatever you want. I mean, because we don't discuss what goes on and what we do and all this and that with them.
No.
But we told them, hey, if you guys decide that that's something you're into, we're not going to judge you for it. You're an adult. You can pretty much decide what you want to do.
Right.
Now, do I want to see you in the same club I'm at? Hell no. So you got to figure it out for yourself. You can go somewhere else. But, at least they know it. And we have a really good relationship with the kids.
We do.
To be able to discuss different things like that. So,
actually, and honestly, I was more open to the fact of telling them, where he was kind of like, I think even though they're adults and I knew they really wouldn't care, he was more like telling them all these lies. I think the kids just want to.
Well, and we
run the club, but we don't do anything there.
We don't do nothing. We're not
swingers.
Run it,
We just run it, and that's it. And I was like, you know what? Just tell them. I mean, they're not stupid by any means. I mean, they really
apparently not, because they've known.
Well. And there's another topic. what happens if your kids catch you?
Yeah,
Because
do you have that talk with them? And again, I would say, depending on their age, how you choose to handle letting them know if you decide you're going to tell them. You can only, say so much. But, I mean, if they're at the age of consent or over that, and they're an adult or whatever, it's completely up to you whether you decide that you're going to come out to them and say, hey, we're adults. We like to, mommy and daddy, or, mommy and daddy like to have, our fun, just like you'd like to go out and have fun with your friends. We like to spend our time doing it a different way. We like to do different things, and this is, our life, our choice. Hopefully you support it. It's really none of your business.
They don't get it, but
some of them do, because if you remember when I talked to my daughter about it, she goes, well, I have this one friend and she's in an open relationship and I think it's kind of weird, but whatever.
Right.
So
they, like I said, they don't understand it, but they still support us in whatever we do. So it wasn't a big thing. Now, going along with this topic, would you, knowing that you have kids in your house, would you ever play at your home with your children there?
Absolutely not.
No.
There's just, first of all, it's awkward. You don't want to take the chance of a kid seeing somebody coming or going, hearing noises downstairs. I mean, because, you can say, oh, I was watching porn with your mom, but,
Even then you don't really want to tell them that. But
you definitely don't want to do stuff with your children in the house.
And we've had friends that have been caught by
right now. I will say I do know that other people that they have adult kids, and they stay over at the house quite frequently.
That's true. And
they're open enough to say, hey, we're downstairs doing stuff, don't come down. So again, it's personal choice and how how comfortable you are in those situations. I mean, it is your house in a sense, and if your kids are of age, then
so you think it's okay as long as they're of an adult age?
It really depends on the circumstance and the situation and how they have things set up. If it's all mutually agreed and comfortable, then if that's their thing, great. I'm not going to judge anybody for it.
I thought about that too, the question. I'm like, I look at it as, if they're adults, they're in my house, and I believe that I should be able to still do what I want in my own home.
It's no different.
It's none of their business what I do in my home. And if they're an adult, I personally think it's, if you want to play in your house, you just tell the kids, hey, you have a designated area. We're having some adult time. Please don't come down here. Yeah. Like you said, depending on their age. Now, if they're young, I would say that's not a good idea.
That'd be a no-go.
That'd be a no for me. But
I think I'd be a little weirded out knowing that my kids were there. But that's me though. Again, different situations, different things. It's up to the individuals, and not saying that people are bad parents by any means. It's just whatever your comfortability level is and how you have things set up. I mean, if it works for you, great. What was I going to say? I know where I'm going. I just don't know how to say it. So, like, if you guys get to the point, and again, the chat is live, so feel free to chime in if you guys want, leave your comments and all that. We're not saying, hey, run out to your job and say, hey, I'm swinging and all that. It's ultimately up to the individual how comfortable they are about going. I mean, it's becoming more mainstream with the lifestyle and the new generations that are coming out. Everything sexually is expressed now, and it's so much more open. Some jobs still have those clauses in there, so obviously you can't come out to them, and really it's none of the jobs, the job's business what you do, but
it isn't. But certain jobs have that morality clause, and we all know that. And that's the thing. I'm all about the lifestyle, and I'm all about coming out, but there's certain times where certain people you may not want to come out to. Now, for me, when we had, before we did the club, we had vanilla friends, and we would make excuses. What would you think about if we ever decide to tell them? Would you be comfortable coming out to our vanilla friends, or would you be uncomfortable thinking they judge you for
I think
it?
we were always trying to turn our vanilla friends into swingers. And then that gets in a little gray area too, because then you're like, well, should we approach them? Because you might say, hey, Linda over there's pretty hot. What do you think of Harry? And you're like, well, possibly, but and that gets into a whole other topic right there. Because there are people out there that do try to turn their vanilla friends into
a swinger
or more of a playmate. So
right.
Yeah,
I think I told one friend what. A
guy or girl?
It was a girl.
You gotta give specifics here.
It was a girl.
Okay.
But
were you trying to get with her?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
we were just good friends and
details.
Okay, we were just good friends, and I knew she was somebody I could come out to and tell her, and she wouldn't be judgy of me.
Right.
And actually, after I told her, she goes, "Oh my gosh!" She goes,
So am I. No.
Yeah, she said that.
Really?
Yeah, she had
Did we play with her?
No.
No, of course not.
No.
Never. No.
You don't like this one. You didn't like this friend, so no, we didn't. But I found out, after I came out and told her that I was into it, she actually told me that she had a profile on one of the swing sites, which, kind of...
You sure? Did she sit on the couch and pick her leg up and go, me too, I'm into it. Here it is. No. Nothing like that. Did she? So she ever approached you or tried to hit on you?
No. I think they were looking for a couple situation. And
so they were trying to turn you.
They probably would have taken me, but
was I there?
No, I said, you don't get along with this friend. You don't like her.
Must be a good reason then.
I think it is. Yeah, okay. There's a reason. There's many reasons why you don't like her, and we're not getting into it on the show. But
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of who it is now because I can't remember.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you're not gonna tell me.
Well, later.
Oh, later. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
We'll keep the audience.
Address it on camera.
Yeah.
But like I'm saying, there's certain people that that they're vanilla, but you think they're vanilla, or that they're really good friends that you can actually come out to and know that it'll be okay for you to tell them. And I guess it's up to you. There's some people that you can't come out to because they will judge you. But again, we have friends that don't even give a crap. I mean, they'll tell whoever, everybody.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And whether they get judged or not, they just don't care because they put it out. This is my
like
lifestyle.
It is.
I'm not asking you to live
I'm
it.
an adult. I'm doing what I want. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm going to put it out there. This is what I do. If you don't like it, then that's up to you. Right. We're not asking you to do it,
right? Unless
you're hot and you want to.
Oh, stop it! That's like you looking at girls in the grocery store going,
"Hey, I do."
Think she want to go to the club? I'm like,
I know.
Are you serious?
I do. I will. I'll go places, and I'm like, "Hey, honey, you think she'd want to go?" Or,
what do you think of this? Give her a business card.
Yeah, we'll hand out a card. Hey, check this place out.
Yeah.
So.
It's usually ones that he thinks are fuckable. So, yeah. Oh, we got a comment.
Oh yeah, we do. So it says, being around friends whose children know they are in the lifestyle and by association know I am, makes me a little uncomfortable, especially if those children are minors. And that's understandable.
Yeah.
So.
I like we just said, me personally, not really comfortable with. There's plenty of places where you can go meet it. I mean, if you really want to, you can ask the other people if they can host or go get a room.
You do have choices. I mean, you can do the long drawn out, hey, let's go meet here and we're going to go get a hotel room later on, spend all that money.
Or you can go to a club like this.
Or if you're lucky and you live in a state that has a lifestyle club, you can always go there. That's another avenue.
Right.
So, trying the little different things, tricks to be able to get together and hook up, is.
Especially if you have kids. It's really difficult.
It's challenging.
When they're small, because you're sitting there going, okay, do I need, and I'll be honest, lifestyle people have this one major problem is when real life, connects with the lifestyle. A lot of them, they're like, I can't find a babysitter. We want to go out, but we can't find a babysitter. And I think I was jokingly telling you, we should put a daycare in. I said, we make a ton. But yes, that doesn't really go real well with the club. But, it is a
But
challenge.
we wouldn't mind doing like a babysitter referral program where we could get somewhere close.
If I could get a bunch of babysitters, because a lot of the people that
send
come
your
here,
references.
Send your references. You got a great babysitter. Let us know so we can give her some business. But it is challenging, and like I said, you really, if you have kids, you're just really going to have to work around it and plan it.
Yeah. And so, I mean, that cuts into your spur of the moment going out, things like that, because you can't do it. I mean, when you have, especially when you have the little kids, you have to kind of plan things out, and then something will come up right before.
Always like they get sick or something.
They get sick, or
yes, I remember that.
school thing happens,
school
or
function.
Whatever the case is. Then you got to cancel, and then you're like, well, now they're mad because they
think you're flaky, and
or they were really looking forward to it. Now they have to make other plans, and it's just different. So. Again, if you're lucky to be in a state where there's a lifestyle club, hey, go to those places, and there you got the opportunity to do it, especially if it's an on-premise place.
Right.
So, let's get back into coming out, whether you should or shouldn't.
Well, and I read a comment on, because you know me, I get on some of the forums and discussion boards, and one of the comments was, should I come out to my coworkers? And I'm like, I think it's, for me, it's the same thing. Me personally, I don't
was
know
it a
if
guy or a
that.
girl that wrote it?
You know what?
I'm just kind of curious to see.
I don't know, because when sometimes when they have their little screen names on it, they don't really tell you one way or the other. But I don't know about that one. I think that one was, for me. When I was actually outed, I thought it was awful.
At first, but it was more.
What?
Was it more of an embarrassment factor for you? Oh my God, somebody knows.
I think no. It was more of a. I think it's inappropriate.
Because because you don't want to do it at work,
right?
But yeah, I mean, like, okay, say a bunch of coworkers go out to a bar, for drinks or something, and somebody knows and says, "Oh, I know you're a swinger." Is that appropriate?
If you're out in a
you're not
setting,
at work.
You're not work.
And they say, "I already know."
Seeing your profile or whatever, I have them on there too, or I think that would be fine. And that's, as long as it's not at my job. I mean,
But there again, that goes back to our whole thing, because we talked about this before, because the people in the lifestyle are discreet. So even if you had a job in another person's lifestyle, they should never come up to you at work and say anything about it anyway. Right. So, I mean, most people in the lifestyle have the common courtesy, and they know about discretion, so they're not going to do that. Now, coworkers that may have an inkling that, because you keep making up excuses. Well, what did you do this weekend? Oh, because you got to keep making up, different
what
things.
You've done,
and they kind of figure, no, come on, she's got to be, or he's got to be. They're not going to know about the discretion thing, and they may point blank ask you, "Are you a swinger by any chance?" or something like that. So that would be the difference there, I think.
I don't know. Again, it's how well you know that person, whether or not
you're attracted to them.
No, and that was another thing on the forum. Would you ever sleep with one of your coworkers after you told them?
Hell yeah.
Are you serious? I don't know. That one's.
Why not? You're just okay. Here again, the lifestyle is about making connections and having sex and trying different things. So why would you miss an opportunity to have sex with a coworker if you're interested and you think the person's attractive?
Oh man, I don't.
Just because they're not, you may turn them in a swinger, maybe not, but still, ultimately you're doing the same thing. It's consenting, right?
It's consenting. My only problem with that is that I've seen somebody do that, and this person that I know is completely out to everybody about the lifestyle. This female told everybody, and she was actually messing around with a coworker.
No.
And I don't know if that's always a good idea. Sometimes, maybe not. I think.
Well, it comes down to
separate it.
It comes down to maturity and whether that person can handle it.
Right.
Okay, you're having a fling, fling is a bad. Well, I guess in a term like that, because they're not in the lifestyle, it kind of would be a fling on their part. But for you, having permission to be able to do that really wouldn't be a fling for you, because your partner would know about it.
Your partner does.
But there again,
there's oftentimes that's not the case
on their end.
On their end,
right?
Yeah.
So, but like I said, it would depend on the certain whether that person's mature enough to handle it and not act like a teenager in the situation or wanting to run around. Hey, I'm sleeping with so and so, or I'm doing this.
See, and that's
so,
the problem with me and the work thing. I always have that saying, "Don't shit where you eat."
But there again, I guess you'd have to visit.
It depends on
you'd have to visit case by case to see, how it is, because. What if a boss came on you or something and you were attracted to the boss and, you're like, sure, why not?
Remember that was one of your fantasies when I first started when I first started working in the office. She goes, "Are there any hot ones there?" I don't come and go, "No, they're all damn it." Yeah. I would love to see one of them get. It was a fantasy of getting, having sex in one of the offices.
Hey, honey, don't wear panties today. Wear that short little dress. You gotta bend over to pick some things.
So that one didn't.
let's be honest. I mean, guys are always running different.
Different
little fantasies and scenarios for their head. Hey, honey, why don't you? And let's be honest. There's girls that'll go to work and they'll take pictures of themselves and send them their husband. I have seen
that. Yeah, on Kick they do.
So I mean, and again,
flashing my boobs or whatever.
Believe it or not. We track analytics and stuff like that, and right now, believe it or not, we have 47% of females that are searching for the lifestyle club of where we go.
Nice.
47% are females.
Right.
So, believe it or not, it's women is just as much as men.
I'm not saying that we're not just as dirty as you guys.
Well, and
or as horny or as perverted.
Some women aren't vocal about their fantasies, but women do have fantasies, and I know it's kind of hard to like drag them out of you because I'm like, well, what turns you? Well, I don't know. Well, what's one of your? Well, I don't know. I know you have fantasies, and but yours are more girlish fantasies.
No, mine are more exhibitionist fantasies. I like.
But that's you.
That's me. Yeah. Mine are more, out there. The public thing is my thing. I really like that, but
there again, you're taking some big chances there with the exhibition,
right? But that's the fun part.
But public flashing, it's going to be fun until you get arrested or something.
With the guy, these people on the Ferris wheel. Yeah.
So.
But again, with the coworker thing. He seems to be fine all for it. I mean, as long as they can handle it. Me, myself, I would stay away from it because if it ends badly...
What if it was in a different department?
But if it ends badly, you still have to
deal
with
have
that
to see
person.
that person.
So that's my one thing.
And I get that. So,
But I mean...
It's case by case.
I don't know if I'd play with a coworker, but I certainly, if I knew them well enough...
Did you say coworker?
Yeah, coworker.
Coworker? Yeah.
Really? You get me?
I know.
There's times you've done it too. But, I'd say I would, if I knew somebody well enough, I would tell one of my coworkers that I was in the lifestyle. Like I said, I don't think I'd mess with one of them, but that's just me.
Yeah. So what other examples? I mean, so we've kind of covered, coworkers, coming out to friends. Did we really delve that much into it? So I think talking about whether or not you let your friends in, because obviously you make up a lot of excuses for what you're doing, and you can only lie so much. Oh, hey, why don't you come out with us? Oh, I can't. I got something going this weekend.
We're going to a concert.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What concert? You mind if we come?
Yeah.
So that's
finally, they're all sold out. You can't.
Finally, you just get to the point. Look, Stacy and Bill. I don't know how to tell you, but we are in an adult lifestyle, and we like to go out to special places and meet other couples that share our same interests. Mm-hmm. And there it is. We're swingers. Or do you because you could, like I said, you can only keep lying to them, and then they're usually, and this will be the reaction of the couple when you tell them. Mm-hmm. They'll be like, "Really?" and then they'll start. They'll start getting real inquisitive, asking you
a lot of
questions,
yeah.
or you'll get the other reaction. Oh,
yeah,
that
one in the face. Oh, yeah.
Well, okay then.
Yeah.
But then they start thinking in their head. Especially if they're attracted to you. Honey, they're swingers. Well, how do you do this? And it does gravitate in, especially if they show a lot of interest right off the bat. Yeah. You may say, hey, if you guys are considering this, if you've talked about it, thought about it, you just don't know how to do it. Hey, go check this place out. Go do this. Learn about it. Read about it. Get online. Start out slow and learn, if it's something that interests you. So you might bring another couple and you may not necessarily play with them, but, they just may not know where to go to get that information or how to even begin to do it. So,
well, and I think what the longer you're in the lifestyle, the more comfortable you are with it.
Yeah.
And I have to say, pretty much most of the people that have been in it for a long time, they'll say, oh yeah, our friends know, or my family knows.
Well, like I said, it's more mainstream now. I mean, it's not like it was back in the 70s, 80s where they had these little code words and they'd go to these places and that's the whole point of swinging, is there's so much misinformation and miseducation out there about what is going on and what the lifestyle is, what lifestyle clubs are. Because I still, to this day, I just talked to somebody a week ago and they were asking, oh, about this place here in Omaha? And I said, oh yeah. Oh, we heard it's just nothing but a big orgy and you walk in and everybody's grabbing each other. And I'm like, dude, that is not what it is. And that's why we try to do this, because we want to inform the public. It's not big orgies. It's not like back in the 70s where you'd go in and it was a big group room, playroom, and I mean, sure, you can have areas in those places that specialize in that and they offer it, but that's not what you're going to see right when you walk in, and it's not like, I guess, your parents' or your parents. For us, it's not our parents' type of swinging of what it was back in the 70s or 80s. It's everything evolves and everything changes a little bit, but the same principles are there.
And I'm so fascinated at the fact of how branched out the lifestyle is. How many little pockets there are to the lifestyle. I mean, and we are probably going to do future shows on some of those things, but to me, it's just how much it's grown and how the interests are being represented, and how many little aspects there are to it now, where it was just either you've swapped or you didn't. Now there's people that are bisexual, people that are into having a girlfriend and that poly
or a boyfriend.
The poly couple. So to me, it's fascinating at the fact that this lifestyle isn't just about the swinging anymore, and it's all really kind of grouped in just lifestyle. It's not it's not just swinging anymore. It's all sorts of different avenues, which I think is great. I think everybody should be able to express their self and express their fantasies or whatever they're into, and that it's really like the freedom with that is really expanded.
Well, and I got to meet another hot wife this weekend.
Oh, I forgot my hot wife bracelet.
Yeah, you did.
I don't have
so talking with her a little bit, and him, it's just exciting. You get to see the big smile on his face. So, I love seeing different variances of the lifestyle and what people are into and what interests them. I mean, it's just great. So, this one's going to be tough. It is. I told you, that's why I like the peppy swinging episodes, because I can talk for hours on that.
But I think this episode is good because people always sit there and go, should I or shouldn't I? And again, I think it's whoever you want to come out to and whether you're comfortable with that person. I'm not saying you have to come out
my name is Gary and I'm a swinger.
I know. It's not like AA where you stand up and announce it to everybody. But I think if you're comfortable with that person or that friend, you should tell them. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with what you're doing. And like you said, I think you're afraid of getting that one friend that goes, oh my God, what is wrong with you people?
Well, and then you find out what your true friends are, whether
you do,
they support you or not, or they're judgmental.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I think, if that way you do know whether or not you want to really hang with them, because if they're willing to judge you for something that you're a part of, or that you want to do, then maybe they're just not your true friends. Or maybe you want to put them in the acquaintance box where, okay, maybe we'll go out for drinks every now and then, but you're really not somebody I want to hang with. And I've noticed that's why a lot of lifestyle people tend to lose a lot of their vanilla friends, because they do gravitate towards the lifestyle people, because they do know that they can talk to them about whatever they want.
Yep.
And not get
and
that,
they understand. And
yeah,
they get
not
it,
get
so.
that, what is wrong with you, face. So, this topic isn't something you're going to talk about for a long time, but it is something that needs to be addressed, because I think we all, especially with the job thing, I mean, we're all worried and scared that if we come out, that it's going to really affect our jobs or our lives. But, I still say, if you trust those people, I think it's fine to tell them. Like I said, I was fine with telling my kids where, you kind of...
Well, like I said, they kind of would inquisit you a little bit.
I love the one where it was what was it? They're getting ready to go out, and we had people coming over.
And they got there a little early.
They got there a little early, and our kids
sitting in the car.
Whose strange car is the driveway?
Never mind, just hurry up and go out with your friends.
Yeah, it's like, that's nobody. I don't know, maybe, they're for the house next door or something. I mean, we made up a bunch of excuses, but, later on, we're just like, you know what? And then...
Dodged a big one there.
Yeah, but then later on, you tell them, like, I was always wondering why sometimes there would be strange colors in the driveway, or... at the time we had a house that had a separate entrance, and they was always wondering why they were coming in this other entrance instead of the front door. Well,
I guess it's a good time to... I mean, do you think we pretty much covered everything? I don't see where else you can really go with
I think
it.
It's
like I said, individual, case by case, and it's up to your choosing and how comfortable you are discussing it with the people, and whether or not you want to come out to people. No one's saying you have to. So it says, we got another question. It says, Rob and Sarah, my wife and I are in the lifestyle. Just wanted to let you guys know. Don't stop being our friends.
Why do you do that?
I
know exactly who it is.
I love it. That's funny.
No. Really? That's a shocker there.
We love you guys being in the
do.
Lifestyle, by the way.
Yeah. We're not going to mention the one person, so we'll be fine.
Yeah.
But, I think the ones that I find most comfortable that I love to hang with are the ones that...
You can be yourself. Who cares? Hey, what it is, what it... And again, like I said...
We have a couple friends that everybody knows. And it's really refreshing sometimes to hang with them, because, it's a no bullshit thing. They don't
like I said,
bullshit around with it.
More genuine, more real. You don't have to worry about somebody else judging you, your friends, because they just might not understand.
Yeah.
So, but again, going back to it, it's your personal preference. If you choose, you want to talk to somebody about it and tell them I'm in the lifestyle. It's your choice whether you keep it to yourself. So that's just a bridge you have to cross yourself and decide if it's right for you to do that. Like I said, there's a lot of people out there that just don't care if people know, and there's others that have to keep it a secret, hidden life. And sometimes it may be hard for them to keep it, Sometimes it's freer once you finally come out and tell people, too. It's liberating. So. I'm a swinger and I don't care.
You know what? When we told the kids, I was like, you know what? Now I don't have to hide this stuff anymore.
Yeah.
I can go ahead and, they don't want to know any of the details, which is cool with me. I mean, I'm not... I don't want to share any of it with them.
I think that's going to make the blooper tape here.
What?
Dancing.
The blooper.
Oh my God! Speaking of which, somebody watched that one episode where I demoed the toy, and they were talking about it last weekend. I was so embarrassed.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. I'm never going to live that down.
No, the memes are out there. They're out there, folks. I swear they are.
She's just saying that so they'll put them out again. Stop it. All right. Well, what do you say we We're not going to demo this toy tonight
Not
because you can't do that on YouTube.
Can't do that. Yes, last week.
No, we're not going to bring it up.
No,
we're not going to bring it up. But I highly suggest anybody out there go back and watch last episode.
Oh gosh!
And leave some comments on the board because I thought it was pretty hot, but. And you did too.
Here's the deal, folks. A lot of times when we get on camera, we've actually done so many shows now where we're so used to.
Yeah, you forget they're there.
You forget the camera is there, and that's what happened.
Well, it's kind of like your blooper with my toy thing. So there you go.
Yeah, it's just you don't realize it until you watch it later on and go, "Holy shit! What was I thinking? Or what did I?"
I know
why did I do that?
I know what they're thinking. They're like, "Holy shit! I'm tuning in to see what happens on the next episode."
I know. Yeah.
Matter of fact, we got mail on it. I'm gonna read that here in a little while. But so let's go ahead and let's get our sponsors going. So our first sponsor, we are sponsored by Adam and Eve in Omaha. Great products. All kinds of different things there. You're located in Omaha, Nebraska. If you're local, you can go in there and check out all their things. Great staff. It's a great experience there. Their website is omaha.adamandevestore.com. They're located on 84th Street off the interstate. And if you give us a call, we got a promo code we'll give you, and you can go in there and you'll get a discount on top of their already discount. And use that to your advantage there, and definitely tell them anytime you go in that our place sent you in, or Real Talk Lifestyle, and we appreciate that. So I'm reading another comment. It says, "Rob, your fiasco wasn't a blooper; it was comedy gold." So yeah, let me grab this toy here.
It was a comedy gold.
So our other sponsor is Pleasure Concepts, and I'm excited for next week. I can't say any more than that, but I am looking forward to the toy that's coming in.
Yeah,
but I'm going to let you go ahead, and you're going to have to scoot up that way and show that.
Okay.
You're going to have to slide up so you can get close enough to that camera.
Yes.
And you're good there.
All right. We have what's called a turbo glider. It's a multi-speed rippled shaft vibrator, and this one is waterproof. It does have different speeds on it.
Just hold it. Yeah, just hold it up. We'll have to see how it comes out there.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot we got the delay. But yeah, and this one is $12.02. Really, 2 cents? Okay.
Hey, he doesn't make it.
His prices, yeah. Okay. But actually, I like the fact that it's waterproof. I always wanted something that I could take in the shower with me.
Should we test it out and see if it really is waterproof?
What is he? You get to test a toy next week. Down, big boy. So, the one that's coming in is going to be a lot of fun. But so yeah, we have this one, and I'm sorry guys, I'm not demoing it because this time I do remember there are cameras on me, and so that's not happening. But I know you're just pointing out. You're like, damn it.
I'm sure a lot of other people are too.
Oh lordy. So there's that.
All right. So again, we appreciate Pleasure Concepts dropping this off tonight, so we can get that out. Pleasure Concepts will be at our place on June 8th for the secretary party. Mm-hmm. He's going to be bringing in quite a bit of stuff. So
nice.
Yeah.
A lot of the toys that we showed you on camera are probably going to be on there. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's got some new stuff coming in, and we're going to be featuring some stuff next week, which I'm super excited to be be
Let's be honest, it was a toy you've been wanting for a long, long time.
Well, who knew demoing these toys and talking about them could be so exciting?
Isn't that
instead
great?
Of just
having a sponsor, we get to see all these free sex toys.
Well, yeah. Instead of just standing there talking about, I got this here. Hey, it's a bonus.
Oh, speaking of which, you know how I love my news stories. Well, I did have another one, and it went along with the sex toys. So this couple's house kept getting broken into, and they were finally, stuff started coming up missing, and they were, getting sick of it. So they installed a camera in their home, and they seen this guy breaking in. He was stealing other stuff, but the main thing he stole was their sex toys. He was caught at his residence. The police finally caught him, and and they found all these sex toys that the couple had, said was missing in his apartment. So I mean, he had stolen like $500 worth of sex toys from these people.
What was he doing?
I don't know. But if it was me and it was my sex toys and they came up missing, I would be pissed off. Yeah. So, $500 worth of... I don't know what sex toys you guys had, but damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he have a distributorship or something? Were they at a toy store?
No. I think they were just getting sick and tired of replacing their toys, because I know sometimes when we would have toys here and they'd come up missing, I'd get pissed off. Like, damn it! They took that paddle or whatever.
Right.
So, yeah, I just thought it was a funny story, because I'm like, who the hell would go into somebody's house and steal sex toys?
Right. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and pull up this comment here.
Okay.
And then we have another question and answer session. Okay. And somebody said, when you forget the camera is on, you know it's a great toy.
It was a fun toy. I'm not going to lie.
So one of the comments we got said, Sarah, really enjoyed the last episode. I really enjoyed watching your facial expressions when you demoed the toy.
Oh, yes.
We really hope that, I really hope that I get to see more demos.
More demos?
Yeah.
Then turn in next week, because, that one's going to be a definite demo.
Okay. So this was sent in to us by a couple, and it was supposed to be an idea for an actual episode, and I had to look up and do some research on this today, and I know we kind of sat and discussed it a little bit
beforehand,
and this one is a little bit on the I don't want to say negative side, but it is on the darker side of the the darker side of the lifestyle. And I mean, it's sad to hear things like this go on in the lifestyle.
Right.
But then again, you have to look at, some of the types of people that are out there and what they're trying to do. So basically, it's talking about sex slave trade and swinging. I'm going to quickly read this because it is a little lengthy. And it was a great question. We really appreciate it because, like I said, we are not afraid to
tackle whatever.
We're not afraid to cover different aspects of things. And I'm going to give you my point of view on some things, and I know you are because, like I said, I researched some stuff, and I know you had your thoughts on it. But it says, recently my wife saw a presentation from a woman who works closely with victims of the sex slave trade. It was during that time that she learned that traffickers target swingers. Specifically, they go after single females, and it says specifically they get a single female to have a freebie with a couple. Then they blackmail them into paying for it afterwards, or force the female half of the couple into a sex trade by blackmail. Our question is this. How do we identify those being forced into it, and how does the swing community and clubs combat this type of perversion? It says that basically this couple has, my wife and I have become very wary of the clubs now since we found out about that the club that they were going to, and this is in another state, said they were wary of the club since they found out that it was going on at the club they were at. It was a big problem. And they haven't been back since. In fact, they haven't indulged in the lifestyle since, and they don't want to become
a victim of
they don't want to become a victim or make a victim out of someone else. And they went on to say that they know it's not a comfortable topic and things like that.
Sure.
But if you don't openly discuss things, you can't get information out to other people. But again, our episodes are about education, so. So I know you had your thoughts on the whole blackmail part of it.
I was going to tackle the first
I'll let
half
you go ahead and do your part.
My thoughts on the first part. You got to be proactive, people. You really do. And I know coming out is hard, but something like that, you have to report that. Because I know, when you have to explain your situation to strangers, you have to go to law enforcement and tell them what's going on. But if you don't, you're perpetuating the cycle of what's going on.
Yeah.
If you fall into it, you pay these people off. it's not stopping them from doing what they're doing. They're going to continue to do that to another couple, hoping that their reaction is going to be the same as what yours is going to be. Oh, they don't want to come out. We can do this to these people because they don't want to have to go to somebody
Right.
in law enforcement and tell them what's going on. But don't fall into the blackmail. You know, you're really just helping the situation along by just not letting it go. Report it.
Take it to law enforcement.
Take it out.
And
yeah,
because
it's
they're going to be,
it's against the law.
They'll be able to set up a sting. They'll be able to arrest those parties not only for the sex trafficking but the blackmail as well,
yeah.
because that those are both crimes. And you might be able to help that other female that is in the trade because she may be being forced to do it.
Yeah.
And if she's not and they find out, she can be arrested as well. But they're counting on you to be a victim and not say
Yep.
anything, so they can do it to you, and then they're going to go on to the next person, and it's just going to continue until you stand up and say, I'm not going to be a victim of this. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to go report it and work with the local law enforcement on it to make that arrest, to get that stop, get that person off the streets. That is the way to do it. And so my take on this, and hopefully you pretty much answered how you wanted to with everything.
Yeah.
My take on it is, as a club owner or a lifestyle club or anything like that, the owners have a duty to protect the people that come in there.
We do.
And if someone comes up and says, this person just propositioned me for sex, I have a duty to report that to law enforcement, and I'm going to, and I'm also going to remove that person from the party, and they'll never be allowed back. And I am going to report it and make sure that it does get documented.
But you have to be proactive.
You have to, because
let the club owner know. Hey, this is going on. This happened to me. As club owners, we don't always. We try our damnedest to walk around and make sure everybody's safe, but sometimes when they're in a room, something that will happen.
We don't know about.
Yeah, we don't know about it. But we try our damnedest to make sure that we walk around, we check on our guests, and as a responsible club owner, that is one of the things that as club owners you need to do. You need to make sure that your guests are comfortable. And if they know you're real diligent on making those rounds, making sure people safe, watching watching for signs of it,
right?
And I know you were talking about that too.
Yeah, and we do, and I do. I walk around and I studied on this, and I went to seminars and stuff, so I do make sure that I am looking for signs to tell. It's kind of hard to watch, but you have to look for these signs to be able to tell if somebody is just not acting right. Maybe they're forced into it, and somebody's sent them. And I tried to look to see what the statistics were, to see
He's how big on statistics.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to see how common it is for that type of activity to be going on, to be sent into clubs and things like that. And there wasn't a lot of information out there on it, but you have to be proactive as a club owner to watch for signs of that. And when you do notice it, you need to find out, for one, if that girl is there unwilling, and then you can help her by taking her out of the situation and getting her help. There's been things going around that a girl may go up to a DJ booth and give a certain code word, letting them know that they're in distress. No, it's true. They may use a certain code word like a name. Can you call, or can you ask for Angela, or whatever it is? And I'm just giving an example there, but there's just little code words there to let that person know that hey, there is a problem or a distress there. And the person should know enough to be able to step in and handle that situation to get the help there. The same with if somebody is there and they're doing it knowingly and they're there just to do it, you should be able to step in and say, hey, you guys are breaking the rules. This is not allowed. This is illegal. You're putting me in jeopardy. You need to get the hell out of my club now, and I'm calling the police.
Calling law enforcement.
So,
yeah,
that's the big thing. You have to be proactive, and you have to take the steps and deal with it immediately.
For me, and I think, and I don't know this club. I have no clue what club that was, but I think as a club owner myself, I think that club really let down their patrons, because apparently this wasn't like a first, thing. It seemed like it was like from what I.
It sounds like it's ongoing.
It's ongoing. Yeah. And as a club owner, if something like that is happening in your club that many times, then you're negligent.
And here's the other thing. Don't let that ruin your experiences in the lifestyle. Seeing it, here's what you need to do. Find another club to go to. If that club is not meeting your needs and they're not taking care of stuff, and they're knowingly know that stuff is going on, then it's time to find another club and let other people know, this is why I will not be back to this place. So
yeah. Write reviews, let them know.
Yeah, well, not even that. I'd just be telling people, hey, this is why I refuse to go back to your place. You refuse to do anything about it or whatever, but don't let it stop your progress in the lifestyle. Find another place, find different avenues to go out and meet people. Just check, try to check the people out. And like I said, you got to check the people out. I mean, if you feel comfortable, you can always start back over and meet them 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, and that's what
these people in the trafficking, they're not going to be sticking around.
No, they want to get
they want that money
quick.
quick.
Yeah,
so
he's right. We've always told people, check out the people that you're going to be playing with. Nobody says you have to play with somebody that first night. And I think a lot of us let sometimes the fantasies get in the way of, actually thinking about it. But we have a lot of our patrons are diligent with that. They're like, I won't play with anybody unless I've met them personally quite a few times, talked to them. So, I mean, that's always your other avenue. Be proactive yourself. Always, check the people out. Talk to them, Yeah. I mean, there's your other avenue to make sure that something like that doesn't happen to you.
And then, like I said, report it. Don't be a victim.
Report it,
and don't let it ruin you because, other people aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Right.
Just sometimes you just got to do it that way. And if that place is not meeting your needs, then you need to look elsewhere. And, don't frequent these other places that refuse to be involved. They don't want to look for the education. They don't want to educate themselves on looking for different things. I mean, because like I said, I have a responsibility in so many different areas of what we're doing to make sure that our people are safe, and we look for signs and different things like that as well. So
more comments?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So they're saying to clarify, the presenter knew of the club for the victims. The owners might not have known, but there again, it's got you got to report. You got to report. You got to report to the club owners, and then if they decide whether they're going to do something or not about it, I was going to tell you how, as a club owner, they're going to react to something, if they're willing to deal with it or not, or just brush it off and go, whatever. I mean, that's all I can say. I mean, I'm speaking for us and what we do. I'm not going to speak for another club.
Another owner, another club, yeah.
And it's always hard to go into the situation, but I know enough that I will educate myself on what I need to know to make sure that if I see victims or, any type of stuff like that going on, I'm going to deal with it immediately, and I'm going to be proactive, and I'm going to get it the hell out of there and report it immediately. Again, so for us, we're going to go ahead and end tonight's episode, and because we're coming up on an hour, so we did great for that. I do want to let you guys know, regardless of what state you're in, if you have Lifestyle Club there, make sure you're out and you're going frequently and you're supporting them places. Help them, got to keep them in business so you have a place to go. Can't stress it enough. I'm looking around at different states, and there's lean times, because people can't make it. Try to get out there twice a month if you can to these lifestyle clubs. Show them your support. Let them know that you're behind them. Help them to be able to pay the bills, because hugs don't pay bills, and you can't run a lifestyle club on hugs. No. So
support your local clubs, guys.
Support it. We really appreciate all the people that come to our place. We can't thank you guys enough. They've got some great things coming in next week. I hear there's a brand new pool table coming in, so and a dartboard. So it's going to give it a little bit more activities and fun things to do there as well. So other than that, we will see you on the next episode. I want to make sure and tell everybody, make sure you're subscribing, watching the podcast, hit that thumbs up button, those likes and the subscribes and the numbers and everything else really helps us out. It makes us feel that, you know, we're doing a good job on our end and we're getting information out. And don't be afraid to send in ideas for shows. And if you want, you know, feel free to call in and we'll get you on anonymously.
We like that.
Yeah, I keep giving that number.
I always want to do that talk show, you know, where you get to, you know, actually, I like talking to you, but, you know, sometimes I want to talk to somebody.
Right. But, yeah, other than that, we really appreciate everybody tuning in, coming back and watching these shows. If I know you always don't get time right away to watch them, so go back and watch them later on. Just make sure you're watching them all the way through, so we don't feel like we're sitting here just spinning our wheels and, you know, oh, Susie only watched us for like 5 minutes, you know, because we are trying to give out information and we try to spread it out. So we do our format for an hour just because, you know, we are picked up by SLS and we want to keep the working community, whoever's listening to us, if they're, you know, driving in the car or whatever, they have, you know, quite a bit of material they can listen to. The same with everybody else that's tuning in on all our other formats as well. Again, it's a great format to be able to go back and watch it at your leisure as well. So again, we appreciate that. So on behalf of myself, Sarah, and our producer David, we really appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will see you on the next episode.
Good night, everybody.